in the body of our communities. It is essential to nurture at the heart so as to ensure proper functioning of its body parts. With South Africa being the heart, we as activators drive change into our communities. We do this by removing the dirty deoxygenated blood. Those are our social ills. You know them, such as water wastage and child negligence. We then pump out fresh blood of hope and motivation. Ladies and gentlemen, we are working towards a better, a safer, and a cleaner society.
Let me tell you about us. We are a family, a network, and a nation.
We have come to drive change in our communities.
We have seen problems and we are turning them into opportunities.
We are committed to the betterment of our societies.
We are here to rewrite South Africa's history.
A history of leaders who not just promise, but leaders who act and show us results.
Resilience,
Innovation,
Ubuntu,
Leadership,
Commitment, and together we are
Activate Change
Drivers.
In this year of 2016, we'll be presenting 2 of our sustainable projects. The first project is the Yonga Amanzi project, and the second one is the Care for the Caregivers project.
Moving on to our first project.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know that South Africa is one of the water scarce countries. In the developing countries, 80% of illnesses are linked to poor sanitation and water conditions. The Department of Water and Sanitation has been on the news. I'm sure you've seen them because of urbanization, climate change, and the reinfiltrated rain that has left us so desperate for water.
The Department of Water and Sanitation, in partnership with the local municipalities, have been introducing ways in which we can avoid water restrictions by saving water.
we then introduced, this is the Save Water campaign that we are running, and we have been very involved in it. Yes, and then safe drinking water and sanitation is fundamental to the enjoyment of other rights, such as the right to education,
to health,
to safety,
and the environment.
This is why we, the Activate Change Drivers, saw a need to intervene. During the first stages of our project, we conducted a needs analysis in our targeted community, Ekhayelitsha, a Site C, where we discovered that not a lot of people were conserving water, and many of them hadn't bought into the vision of the local municipality.
We then took it upon to ourselves to introduce an initiative that is aimed at bringing awareness of their environment into the community, to educate them on how the dirty water and sewer can be detrimental to their health.
That's where this project comes in. We have decided that we are aiming to merge the community and the service providers. Now, these service providers are responsible for servicing problems such as leakages, such as burst pipes, and providing information packs. We also decided that we want to create communication networks between the locals and the municipalities, because these two stakeholders cannot function independently from each other.
The project also aims to address the issue of unreported leakages in and around our communities, which has become a common sight to everyone and no one bothers to report.
Our team then also included the community members. We sat down with them to educate them about water, its importance, and where we are in terms of numbers in our water reservoirs.
We then introduced the Drop the Block campaign. What happens is that a block that amounts to 1 liter of water is put into the toilet tank, and every time one flushes the toilet, they'll be using 1 liter less than they would have usually done.
Then our team identified and approached 20 households to implement our project.
In the preparation phase, our team members approached Environmental Affairs, Water and Sanitation, the Department of Agriculture, and the City of Cape Town to work with us in this project.
Through all our efforts, we successfully partnered with the Department of Water and Sanitation. City of Cape Town would then sponsor us with 20 blocks to fit into a household for our pilot phase.
This is a cost-effective and an efficient way in which we can save water and measure the amount of water that is being saved. So according to Cape Water Solution, one household uses approximately 250 liters of water in one day.
To date, through our initiative, we have been able to save 2,400 liters of water in just 1 month.
Furthermore, we also educated them on how to call authorities to come and fix the broken water, since the blocks can also detect and manage the leaks.
Through all our efforts in this initiative, we were actually able to capture all three components of the triple bottom line.
Socially, more than 100 of community members are now more informed about the importance of conserving water, and they can now make better decisions in terms of conserving water.
Economically, the project is not only about the Saving Water initiative. It has helped communities to avoid water cuts. It has also helped households to save money by paying less on the water they use, and which in turn will help them redirect their finances into other things.
Environmentally, saving water maintains the health of our aquatic environment. It also saves the energy that is used to pump, heat and treat the water, which in turn minimizes air pollution.
Because of the successful implementation of our project, we then decided that we want to go beyond the training houses in Kainicha to the schools, the hospitals, the prisons, and the rest of society actually. So we also realized that this also creates a very good job opportunity for people in our communities.
Now, moving on to our second project. Around 3,500 children are abandoned in South Africa annually. But despite our deeply felt beliefs, research has indicated that as much as this problem is increasing, it is often as a result of the socio-economical factors and ultimately politics.
There is a small organization called Atlantic Hope. It's situated in Sipon. It's an emergency care for abandoned babies before they are taken to their foster homes or reunited with their families. Now, Marilyn is the head of the house. She runs this organization in her 2-bedroom flat with the help of 4 caregivers. They take care of a maximum of 6 babies. Ladies and gentlemen, this organization is run by donations and handouts.
More often than not, when we think about orphanages, we only think about the beneficiaries, which are the children. Have you ever thought about the well-being of the caregivers?
Who cares for them and ensures that they are in good health or not?
Do you take the time to consider the impact that they have on our society at large?
Because these caregivers, they spend their time looking after these children at the expense of their family time, with little or no pay. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a society where caregivers aren't given much attention as they should.
Although it is mostly unintentional, caregivers experience negligence from the donors, sponsors, the government, the heads of the houses, and even society at large.
That's why our team decided then to dedicate a full day to make them feel special and appreciated.
How did you do that?
We pampered them by giving them massages for the day.
We cooked lunch for them.
We cleaned and we actually took over all their responsibilities for the day.
We also partnered with other activators and donors, including the well-known Discount. Our overall project took us roughly 1 month to formulate a team, find sponsors, and to build relationships with these beneficiaries. That costed us 1,500
Socially, this project has helped increase the motivation and the self-worth of the caregivers. Because now they realize that the efforts they are making, they are now noticed. The happier and the more appreciated are the caregivers, the healthier is the relationship between the caregivers and the children. Yes, a greater outcome out of all this, it is the relationship that has been formed throughout the process.
Economically, Even though the donations were for a minimum amount of time, they were helpful enough to sustain the babies for about a week. In addition, we then covered their transport allowances for the day, worth 200 rands.
The overall intent of this whole initiative is to establish long-term solutions for the problem at hand. And to realize this vision, we need to
develop a long-term relationship with the caregivers,
foster relationships with stakeholders, and connect with sponsors and donors.
Now, can you imagine how we as the activists have pumped in the motivation and support to the caregivers so that our country can function better? We have delivered.
Ladies and gentlemen, as an activator, I am committed to coaching chairs and developing critical thinkers within my community. My name is Brian Kamata.
As an activator, I am committed to early childhood development.
And as an activator, I am committed to advocating for equality and equal education.
As an activator, I am committed to changing mindsets about social equality.
As an activator, I am committed to being a positive force in the lives of others.
As an activator, I am so in love and committed to entrepreneurship and business coaching.
Resilience,
Innovation,
Ubuntu,
Leadership,
and commitment.
there's a problem around you.
and the solution is within you.